Hi beautiful people! So before I get into the video, I just want to say a quick little disclaimer, okay? Before you comment down something along the lines of, oh my gosh, I can't believe you would stuff your beliefs down someone's throat and scream at them and not listen to anything they have to say and just stuff your Christian beliefs down their throat. Before you comment that, please watch the whole video. Then you can comment it if you really want to. But that's not true, and that's not what I'm about to talk about. I would never intentionally do that to someone ever, like stuff my beliefs down their throat. I've had that happen to me way too many times. It's so frustrating, and so I would never ever intentionally do that to someone. And so please watch the whole video and listen to what I have to say, because this video is I'm going to talk about a little conversation I had with a woman who was amazing, an amazing sweet little lady, and I want to tell you all about it because it was really cool and definitely a God thing. But I don't know, I've noticed in a couple of videos, I just don't want people to say something without watching the whole video, because sometimes people say things and I can tell they haven't watched the whole thing, and I'm like, yo, please watch the whole thing, because I don't think you did, that's why you said that. So not to throw shade at anyone, I'm just trying to say, like, I would ask you to please do that before you comment something like that. Alright, so getting into the story, I was flying out to Utah to see my best friend at her wedding and everything like that, and it was amazing. I had such a good time. Utah is beautiful, let me tell you, but I knew I was going to be flying out there because Utah's like a really long drive from Illinois. So I flew out there a couple weeks ago, and I don't know, I knew I was going to be getting that chance to like fly on the plane, like obviously in advance I bought those tickets, but coming back from Haiti, I had been like really on fire for like talking to other people about Jesus, because when I was there, God really taught me not to take not having a language barrier in America for granted. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to talk to someone about Jesus if I get the opportunity to. And I was really praying about it and just like saying, God, please like give me an opportunity. I would love to talk to someone about you. A bunch of little God things happened along the way that I was like, I just, with all the things that happened so perfectly in my life, I just can't believe that someone is not up in the stratosphere, like working it all out. Like, I believe in God because of how perfectly things always work out, and this was a perfect example of that. So I flew Southwest. This is not a sponsored video whatsoever, but Southwest, I just want to explain this because it's a God thing, okay? When you fly Southwest, you have to check in 24 hours in advance before you get on the plane, because there are no tickets with like assigned seats, like Becca sitting in A1 or something, whatever. There's nothing like that. You check in, and then that gives you your boarding pass, and then when you get on the plane, you can pick literally anywhere. So basically, the earlier you click and check in, that's the better boarding pass. Like, you get the better boarding pass the faster you check in, okay? So normally I'm like really fast because I'm a millennial, so I could just be like, let's go, like, and I get like a really good one, and the fast I've gotten good ones. But this time I was like really like not thinking, and I put in the wrong code, and so I got in and I checked in like late, and so I got a really bad boarding pass. And I was like talking to my mom about it, and she was like, oh, Becca, are you bummed? And I was like, you know, not really. For some reason, I just had this like feeling in the back of my head, like, you know what? I feel like God might have someone in mind for me to talk to on the plane, and that's why I got a bad boarding pass. Because if I would have gotten like an earlier one, maybe the opportunity wouldn't have come. And anyways, it happened. Like, it was so cool. So I got on the plane, and I was sitting there waiting for someone to come sit next to me or whatever, and I see a woman coming down the aisle, and I could see she's Muslim because she's wearing her hijab, I believe that's what it's called. And I was like, oh my goodness, like, no, don't sit by me, because if you sit by me, I won't be able to have this conversation with you, because you already have your beliefs and I have mine, and I don't want to like stuff mine down your throat. And she sat next to me, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, because I'm not scared of Muslim people. Please do not think that I am. That's not even close to true at all. I was just scared because I didn't want to stuff my beliefs down her throat, or, I don't know, impose on her, whatever, I don't know. Anyways, I'm getting really excited here. I was texting one of my friends from YouTube, Savannah. I don't know if you've ever seen Savannah's videos, but she's amazing, love her. She was texting me, like, really encouraging me to go for this conversation, like, do it. And I was like, Savannah, it's a Muslim woman, I don't want to do this, I'm scared. And she was like, Becca, just go for it. Like, God's not gonna be disappointed in you if you don't like say everything you want to say, but if you just try, like, he'll be proud of you for that. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. So I did it, and I started talking to her. I was just like introducing myself. We were talking about the basics, you know, what we do, and you know, how I'm a student, how she's a professor, different stuff like that. It was just really cool because we ended up talking for the whole plane ride, except for like a 30-minute time interval when she took a small nap. But besides that, we literally talked the entire time, which was so cool. Like, I am a shy person. Do not think that I'm like this really crazy outgoing person, because I'm not. I am shy, and I was terrified, but I literally just said hi, and that started the whole thing. She was talking about her grandchildren. I think that's where we kind of got into our faith after a while, because she was like talking about how cute they are and all this stuff. They were adorable. She showed me little pictures, and she said one of them is 8. This was really impressive. She goes, one of my grandchildren has memorized half the Quran. And I was like, first of all, that's really impressive. Second of all, this is like really good, because now I'm getting into like faith and stuff. And she was like, do you know what that is, the Quran? And I was like, yeah, I know what the Quran is. I'm a Christian, so I believe in the Bible and stuff, but I've heard of the Quran and I know about it and stuff. And she was like, oh, cool. And then I think the conversation kind of dwindled. I don't know, really, after that, like a couple sentences after that, whatever, I don't really remember. But so it got quiet after that, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna do it. So I asked her, I was like, hey, I would love to hear about your faith. Like, would you mind telling me about it? And she was so excited. She was like, yeah, of course. I would love to talk to you about it. And so she talked, I'm dead serious, for 2 hours. For 2 hours. And I loved hearing every second of it because it was really cool to learn about the Quran and learn about their faith, Muslim faith, because I know the basics about it, but like I don't know like deep, well now I do, but I didn't know a lot of deep stuff about it like compared to what I know about Christianity. And yeah, she talked a lot about how there are similarities between Christianity and Islam, which I didn't know. Like a lot of the Quran is very similar to the Old Testament. She talked about Noah, Abraham, Joseph, different people like that, which was really cool to learn. I had no idea that that was in the Bible and the Quran, so that was cool. So after a while it got kind of quiet and she was like done talking, and so I kind of started asking her some different questions. And one I had planned in my head to ask her, like I had been thinking about it, because I wanted her to think. I did not have this evil intention behind it. I literally just wanted her to think about it, and I knew it would be a good segue into me talking about my faith if she wanted to hear about it. And so I said this, I said, hey, I was just wondering, like, do you ever worry you're not doing enough to go to heaven? Do you ever worry that you're not going to be saved? And I knew, like every other religion, like what sets Christianity apart from every other religion is that every other religion is about earning your salvation, doing enough good works to go to heaven. In Christianity, it begins with salvation. The second that you accept the gospel, you are saved, and from then you do good works. But, you know, in every other religion, it's about earning it, and you don't really know if you're going to heaven. And so I asked her that, and what she said back to me, like I had no idea she was going to say this, and my heart broke in the moment. She said, I'll never forget this. She said, I worry every single day if I'm going to heaven or not. And I was just like really taken aback by that, because she was so sad in that moment. Like my heart broke, and I could tell her heart was breaking when she was thinking about that and saying that. It makes me so sad, because I know that so many other people have that same worry in their head if they're not Christian, because everyone else doesn't know if they're going to be saved or not, if they're doing enough to go to heaven or not. But Christianity, I don't have that. I have peace every day. And so after that, I got quiet again. And so I said, hey, like, would you mind listening to what I have to say about my faith? And she was like, of course. And she was so sweet, by the way. She was literally a sweetheart. So I started talking about that. I went from that question on, and I didn't talk for very long. I talked for about 5 minutes, but I said the entire gospel. I said, hey, like, I have peace every day in my life because I know that Jesus loves me and died for my sins. I explained how sin, like the consequence of sin is death, and I explained basically the whole gospel. And I said, I have peace every day because of that, because I know I'm going to heaven because Jesus died for me and loves me, and that's like what it takes for me to go to heaven. And she was really listening and really receptive to it, which was awesome, because you can't always have that conversation with people. Like some people will just say, no, you're wrong, I'm right, blah, 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 and just stuff, like I said earlier, like stuff their beliefs down your throat. But she wasn't like that at all. Like she was so receptive and so sweet, and I hope that I was the same, because I never want to come across as anything but like gentle and kind. I know I'm not always come across that way, but that's like the goal when you spread the gospel to people, is you have to do it with love and with gentleness. And so I pray and hope that I did show that to her when I said the gospel with gentleness and love and everything. But the whole thing was just so cool. Like I had never done that before, like talking to a stranger about my faith. I do it on YouTube, but that's a little bit different, you know? It was just really cool to have that conversation, because you can't have that conversation with everyone. It was a conversation. It wasn't a debate. It wasn't screaming down someone's throat. It was respectful. It was gentle. It was loving. It was cool from both ends, not just from me. I'm not just saying I was this great person. Like, no, she was very gentle and loving, and it was really cool to talk to her. The coolest part of this conversation that I want to share with you, and I just want to say really quick before I say it, I do not mean to make myself like sound really good or something. This is not about me. This is all going back to Jesus and like bringing the glory to him. But it was really cool for me to hear this, because I know that she was seeing Jesus in me. Like what she said, what I'm about to tell you, it's all him and me. It's not me at all. Because if she was talking about me, she would see this selfish brat named Becca. Like that Becca is gone and died, nailed to a cross. Like Jesus has completely changed me from the inside out. And she would not have said this if not for him doing that in me, okay? So anyways, what she said to me was, I've never met someone as young as you are with as much spirit for her faith as you have. And I could not believe that she said that. It was so sweet of her. And it was just really cool that she said the word spirit, because literally she was seeing the Holy Spirit in me. It was not me. It was the Holy Spirit, 100% Jesus in me. His light, his joy, his love just radiating off of me. Like that would not be me. You could not see that in me if not for Jesus living inside. So I'm thankful. I'm so staying thankful that God chose me to be a light, and God chose me to have this opportunity to be able to talk to him, or talk to her about him, because it was so amazing. But yeah, this conversation just really compels me to want to go out and do it more. And I hope and pray that it compels you to want to go out and do it, because over the summer, I can link the video below, I was terrified to make disciples and to tell people about my faith. I struggle so much to talk to people about God, like so much. And that's something I need to just be completely real with you about because it's a problem. Like literally just however many months ago, maybe almost a year now, I made a video telling you how scared I was, and now I'm making a video telling you to do it. Like I did it and I'm gonna go out and do it more. It's so amazing and incredible, and God is so good. God will give you opportunities to do it, so take them. Don't be afraid to. I was terrified. Like it's okay to be a little bit scared, but like let Jesus just do his thing through you, and he will. I urge you to go talk about your faith with people. Be gentle, be loving. Like that's the most important thing I want to say is you have to be willing to listen. You have to be willing to be gentle. Like the Bible commands you when you spread the gospel to be loving and to be gentle. But also to be bold. Like don't hold back and just say part of the gospel. I mean, don't also just say you're going to hell to people. Do not do that. I urge you to do it with love and with gentleness and with boldness, speaking the whole entire gospel. The Lord will give you opportunities if you pray for them. And if you do get them, like jump on those opportunities. If you're scared, know that I was scared too, but don't hold back. Like tell people about your faith in Jesus because time is so short. We could die tomorrow. So do not hold back from telling people the gospel. Think about this question, like, who do you want to see in heaven? Who do you want to see in heaven? If you don't want your friends to be with you in heaven, there's something wrong. If all your friends aren't Christian, like you should want them to be with you in heaven one day. Like don't hold back from saying it just because you're scared they might think you're weird or they might not accept the gospel. Like you need to try and pray for them and be intentional with them. Have those conversations and be loving and be gentle. That's all I have to say about that. Open up the Bible to Acts 4. I'm going to read a verse for you. It's verse 20. For we cannot help speaking about what we have seen and heard. And I can't agree with that more because everything that God has been doing in my life, literally moving mountains, answering prayers in amazing ways, giving me so many opportunities to just live for him and to tell people about him, it's been incredible, and I cannot help but speak about it. I'm not only on YouTube, but I can't stop telling all my friends and family, Christians and non-Christians, because God is so good and been literally doing so many things, and I can't help but speak about it. When you tell people about that stuff, like God can work through you and what you're saying and really just move in someone's heart. And so do your thing, talk about what God's doing, and maybe like someone will become a Christian because of one story that you tell or one thing that you say, or maybe 10 things that you say. Don't miss out on those opportunities. Speak up about what God's doing. Be bold and talk about his faithfulness and his answers to prayers. Like everything that he's doing, tell people about it. Wow, the camera's about to die. I'm very lucky I got everything in that I needed to say. I apologize for talking so fast. I know that people have been commenting that I've talked really fast in the last couple videos, but I apologize. I can't help but speak fast about all that I've seen and heard. No, I'm kidding. The battery's gonna die, and I knew I had to talk fast at this one. So thank you for still watching even though I talk really fast. I appreciate you. Have a great day and know that you are so loved and so beautiful.